Happy 420, guys. It's pretty funny because before I slowed this video down, it was 4 minutes and 20 seconds long. But yeah, everyone is out at prom and being high with their friends, and I'm just sitting here playing Pokemon. No, just kidding. I could have been out with my friends, but I chose not to because I'm on probation and I don't want it to be sketchy. But anyways, enough of that. This battle is kind of long, but it is really, really good. And what happens is the Regice, it can mess up my team a lot. Once again, I don't have a good special wall, and the only thing I have to take hits really is Jinx, and Jinx can't really do much to Regice. And I do have two things to take it on really well, being Primeape and Kangaskhan, but he has things that wall that, so it's gonna be kind of rough for me, as you'll see. I'm leading off with my Primeape, just not knowing what the heck he's going to lead off with, and the Seismitoad is not good for Golurk, so that's what I was pretty much expecting, or the Samurott, because those things have Taunt lead. Anyways, I'm going to go into my Kangaskhan, thinking I can take a hit better than that. Luckily, he didn't go for the Thunder Wave. That would have been a huge problem, but I'm just going to play it safe, go for the Fake Out. He does go into his Tangle of the Wall, which can wall me for days. I'm going to go out into my Weezing just because I can threaten it out with my Stab Sludge Bomb. I can taunt it, I can Will-O-Wisp it. Seems like a good play to me. And I'm just going to go for the taunt here, not trying to go to sleep or anything. And I can switch out and not get leech seeded. He goes into his Regice actually, which is kind of weird. I don't know what item this Regice is. I'm pretty sure it is leftovers. I'm stupid. I thought that was a different Regice, I guess. Whatever. But I'm going to switch out in my Electros now, thinking that I can take a hit. But once again, this does just over half to my Electros and my Kangaskhan, so that really sucks. I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower, get a burn, very luckily, and then die off to an Ice Beam. And my brother is running around upstairs, but whatever. Now I'm like, okay, I'm going to go into my Primeape. He's going to predict the close combat and switch into one of his things to take me on. And I'm just going to U-turn. It'll do decent damage. And if he does end up switching, which he does, I can go into something to take that on really well. I'm going to go into my Golurk knowing that it outspeeds. And I can easily threaten him out. Take this opportunity to get the rocks up and threaten the Regice and the Lampen itself, so that is going to help me a lot this match. And I go back in my Weezing, he goes for the Giga Drain, and now I'm just going to taunt again because I do not want to go to sleep, and I don't want to be seated, and I have EVs to outspeed Tangela. So I do taunt the Regice, but that is not bad for me because now I can't rest away the burn, and he's going to stay at low health. So that is also pretty good for me. Now I don't want to switch having anything take damage. Looking back, I could have gone into my Jinx, but probably wasn't a good play, so I just stay in and try and get him at low health. And he takes me out the crit, which probably didn't even matter. And now he's at like 1 HP, so I'm going to go to my Primeape, just U-turn out of there. Seems like a good play to me, and I could have gone into my Kangaskhan, but he has the Tangela, so it would be kind of pointless. I'm just going to go into my Jinx now, because it's a Scarfer, and probably the best thing to go into. He goes into Samurott, I'm like, okay, he went into that. He's obviously the Mega Horn set. I'm just going to fodder my Kangaskhan, because looking at the rest of his team, I really don't need it. I mean, after the Tangela is gone, it will be great, but still, I don't need it. And the Leafeon can outspeed me anyways, and that thing's pretty bulky, so whatever. I'm going to go into my Primeape now. Once again, U-turn. And if he wanted to go for the Waterfall, I was going to go into my Jinx, and then I could probably KO him from there, and that's what I do now. And I'm just going to go for the Lovely Kiss, knowing he's definitely not going to stay in, and even if he does, I can hit him. So he does go into Seismitoad, which shows me that he is specially defensive, but I don't really have anything better to take him on. I don't want to go into my Golurk because he can probably OHKO me or 2-hit KO me. So I'm going to go into my Primeape. I don't see leftovers, so I'm like, okay, what item is he? Rocky Helmet or something? I really don't know. I go to my Jinx now as he wakes up and goes to the Hydro Pump, which is awesome because it doesn't affect Jinx. And had he gone for the Earth Power right now, it would have changed things a lot because as you see, it does over half with the defense drop, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be able to outspeed it and kill it anyways, which is really good. And he turns out to be Life Orb, so I don't really know why he took that in or brought that in. Ice Beam would have been a 2-hit KO if I went for that, so that was pretty weird. And now he brings in a Samurai. I'm just going to go in my Golurk to take the Mega Horn, and luckily he misses, which didn't really matter, but he uses Swords Dance now. I was predicting the switch. I went for the Shadow Punch. Here I make a really good play. I'm like, he's obviously going to go for Waterfall, so I'm going to go into my Jinx, get my HP back a little bit, and he can't cover the Aqua Jet, so he's either gonna die or something else is gonna come in and get 2-hit KO'd. He makes a good play, stays in, which was really awesome because now I have brought it back a little. That Regice really messed my team up, and I can go to my Golurk now. He luckily doesn't go for the Shadow Ball. I can take that pretty well. It's not looking like a 2-hit KO, only if it's like max damage. Wait, never mind. He can go for the Shadow Ball. What am I talking about? That was a stupid thing to say. Whatever. I go for the Shadow Punch, just playing it safe once again. I'm not trying to get too cocky with it right now like I always do. I'm just going to stand and die, seeing that that's probably the best thing to do. I'm going to go into my Jinx now because I can go for the Ice Beam and it'll 2-hit KO the Lampent if it does want to come in, or I think it can 2-hit KO it because it'll be at pretty low HP after the rocks. Sorry if I'm talking weird. I think I have a cold, which is kind of weird. It's April, but whatever. I go for the Ice Beam, take him out. He makes a good play, stays in. Now I know this Ice Beam is not going to kill it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Primate, pretty much just fodder, and then I'm going to go for the Psychic. But somehow I live a hit, which is great because I was at full HP, and I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide. If he wants to switch, then my Jinx can probably take him out from 25% with an Ice Beam or a Psychic, so excuse me, but I'm just gonna stay in and then let my Jinx come in and hopefully take this out with an Ice Beam, and I get the flinch there. It didn't really matter at all. But yeah, that was a great game. I thought I lost the whole entire time, but luckily, due to a certain series of events, I luckily was able to pull it through, and I do kill him with the Ice Beam. And yeah, that was a great game. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I only have 2 more of these battles to do. I'll probably just do a regular battle tomorrow because I had the whole day off the first time in like more than a week, so that's awesome, and goodbye.